In programming, we constantly store information. For example, a person's age, a product price, a student's marks, a user's name. To store any value in a program, we use something called variable. Okay, a variable is simply a named box in a memory that holds a value. For example, here you can see we have a name Harry. Here we have an age 28. Here similarly we have salary. Okay, so what is this variables and these data types? Let me show you in a simpler way. Let's see this. For example, just move on to your kitchen and see you have different type of containers there, like a container for storing water, a container for storing rice, a container for storing salt, a container for storing spices. We have different kind of containers. So you can resemble these containers like variables. So let's suppose we have we have some liquid thing to store that we can store in a bottle form of container. We can't store a liquid in a rice container, whereas we can't store rice in a liquid container. So this is the difference. The type of container, that type, if we resemble it with programming, that type is known as data types. Okay, whereas the container is known as variable. Now let's move back to this slide. Here, as you can see, we have a square box. In square box, we are storing a name. What name? What is name? Name is a word. So word is stored in a string type of container. So the data type of this variable is string. Whereas here, as you can see, this container, this variable stores age, that is 28, and age is an integer. So the data type of this variable is an integer. Whereas here, this triangular box, this stores a this stores a weight, and that too in a decimal is a decimal number. When the decimal number is small, then we store it in a float type of variable. And when the decimal number is big, like here, as you can see, after decimal we have a long range of numbers. So we store that kind of numbers in a double data type. There are many different data types as well. Like we have long, let me write it here. We have different data types like long, then signed and unsigned integer, signed and unsigned integer. Then we have a double float. Then there are many different data types. We will study that in the further videos. Now next, move on. We will move on to our VS Code, and there we will do some practical examples to see how all this work. So this was the last program which we wrote in our last video. Now I will create a new file and write here variable or variables.java. Press enter. As you can see, automatically I got this public class variable. Why? Just because of VS Code. VS Code helped me in not writing this code. Uh, VS Code automatically wrote this for me. Now I will write psvm, that is public static void main, and press enter. This is a shortcut of VS Code. I don't have to write this whole line by myself. Next thing what I will do, I will create a I will create two variables. One is an integer variable in which I will store a number, and then I will create a string variable. Or I can do, for simplicity, I will create a double variable. Okay, in which I will store another number. What is a double variable? A larger decimal number. Next thing what I will do, I will give this variable some value. I will store something into this variable. Right now what I have done, I have just simply created a variable. That means I have taken up a space in the memory, but I have not assigned any variable anything into that memory space. That means, let me show you. See, as I declare a variable, I create a blank space in my memory. But until and unless I don't assign any value to it, it's just blank or some garbage value will be stored there. So if I assign something like here, if I write n is equal to 5 and I write here m is equal to 4, then what happens? In the memory, wherever these two variables are, at that place, for let's suppose this is n, so at the place of n, in n we have stored 5, and in m we have stored, what we have stored in m, we have stored 4. So these two value will be stored on those particular location in the memory. Now I can also, I don't have to extensively write it here. I can simply assign the value here also, like n is equal to 5 and m is equal to 4. Now let's check, is my value assigned or not. What I will do, I will write SOP ln and press enter, and then I will write here value of n equal to, and then give a plus and then write n, and in next line I will again write SOP ln value of m equal to plus m. Now you will see the magic. One thing here, I have written system.out.println. What do you mean by ln? If I write here only print, it is also syntactically correct, I can write it. But what happens when I write print here, then this next line will come just after this line. That means, let me show you, let me run this code. See, the value of n is equal to 5, and then just after that we got the value of m is equal to 4.0. As you can see, it has not changed the line. And if I write here ln, then it will get printed in the next line. See, the value of n is equal to 5 and the value of m is equal to 4.0. Why 4.0? As you can see here the value of n is equal to 5, but here the value of m is equal to 4.0, whereas we have given here only 4. But as you can see here, the data type which we have declared for m is double. Double is a decimal data type, and for decimal data type, automatically Java assign 0.0 in it. Okay. We can also do any kind of manipulation on this variables. Like if we want, we can write SOP ln and then give sum of n and m. N and m is or equal to n plus m. Okay, and now we will run this. See, we got 9.0. Why we got 9.0? We have manipulated this two variables. We have added these two variables and printed the sum of that. But we have not made any changes to the existing variable. That means if we again print the same statement, these two statements, that value of n and m, let's see what is its value. Have the value of n and m changed? Let's see. It must not have been changed right till now, because we have not manipulated the existing value. We have created some another value. As you can see here, after addition we got 9.0. Why so? Because double, we have here double, a decimal value. So this integer got converted after addition. This integer got converted into a double value, and then the output we got here is 9.0. So this is it for this video of variables and data types. Hope you have understood it. We will do more such practice in upcoming videos, and this is a full Java playlist. Do follow it for knowing more concepts of Java. See you in the next video. Goodbye.